It's Wednesday, July 12th, 2023. Let's talk about the news. From the Wall Street Journal, Turkey agrees to allow Sweden to join NATO. In the final hours before NATO's summit in Lithuania on Tuesday, Turkey approved Sweden's request to join the Defense Pact after blocking their accession for more than a year. The Turkish government's opposition to Sweden joining NATO was ostensibly based on the Swedish government's failure to punish, to Turkey's standards at least, members of a Kurdish group living in the country who are connected to armed Kurdish groups that oppose the government in Turkey. All 31 current members of the alliance have to approve new members, and Turkey and Hungary have been the only holdouts against Sweden, and the Hungarian government also recently said they would support Sweden's accession, which suggests NATO could add its 32nd member state soon. From The Verge, Microsoft wins FTC fight to buy Activision Blizzard. A judge in California has given Microsoft the go-ahead to buy video game giant Activision Blizzard, following 5 days of testimony and just before the July 18th deadline to close the deal. That said, the company still has issues in the UK, where regulators have moved to block the proposed acquisition, with an appeal from Microsoft still working its way through the court system. If this deal does go through as planned, one of the world's biggest tech companies will acquire one of the world's biggest video game companies, making Microsoft the third largest gaming company in the world after Tencent and Sony. Much of this case has hinged on antitrust concerns since Microsoft is behind the Xbox brand, and allowing them to acquire all the intellectual property and infrastructure owned by one of the world's biggest gaming companies could centralize too much power in just one entity, hindering competition. The judge in this case seems to believe that competition will still be feasible within the industry post-acquisition, though. So if Microsoft can get things situated in the UK soon, or if they are willing to rope off the UK as a market, there's little standing between them and closing this deal. And from Reuters, Foxconn dumps $19.5 billion Vedanta chip plan in blow to India. Electronics manufacturing giant Foxconn has pulled out of a $19.5 billion chip-making joint venture with Indian conglomerate Vedanta, potentially foiling Indian Prime Minister Modi's efforts to expand the country's semiconductor offerings. The companies involved haven't given a reason for the backtracking on this development. There are rumors that concerns about approval delays for the incentives Foxconn would have enjoyed may be at the center of things, though this is unconfirmed at this point. But in any case, Vedanta has said it will move forward with the project and has lined up other partners to replace Foxconn. India has been keen to expand its semiconductor industry as just a few countries, most notably Taiwan, dominate global output, and investing in this aspect of their economy today could put them in a good spot economically over the next decade. If you're finding some value in one-sentence news, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com. And you can support this and other related projects, like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts at understandery.com.